Kasi mga fourth year na kayo and then meaning to say, tapos na kayo ng 400 naman ito. In other words, tapos na kayo doon sa Theology 100 na Salvation History, and the Theology of Divine Revelation, and then Christology na Theology 200, and Theology 300 na Ecclesiology and Sacramentology.
Wala pa ma. Kuan pa any mga tao.
Okay, so ngayon, Theology 400. And then uh, by next semester, you're going to take up Theology 500, Christian Vocation and Fulfillment. So it's good for you that you are in San Pedro College because you have this privilege, the opportunity to study theology subjects, no? Which other schools do not have, but still they offer additional subjects, additional units, aside from the subjects required by the chair. Okay? So if you are in a non-sectarian school like UM, USEP, wala sila mga theology subjects doon. But still, they offer again other subjects, no, in lieu of other of theology subjects like theology subjects. No? So, you know. And then, um, so ayan. So this is okay. So this is now the description of this subject, moral theology. All right. So Pakiding, can you read this one when it?
Yes po, sir. Um, Course description Theology 400 is described as moral theology, which is a study of Catholic morality according to the divine revelation and the response to the demands of human reason concerning with the good and the evil of human acts and of the person who performs them. It acknowledges that the origin and end of moral action are found in the compassionate Jesus Christ, healer and teacher who brings life to the full. It acknowledges that the origin and end of moral action are found in Jesus Christ who brings life to the full.
Okay, thank you. So this description um, of the course moral theology is actually based on the definition of moral theology according to the document of the church, no, yung encyclical letter issued by Pope John Paul II, who is now a saint, no, or Saint Pope John Paul II. Um, and also, this is aligned to the vision, mission, and goal of San Pedro College. No? Kasi ganun daw talaga pag ang subject, ang description should be aligned to the vision, mission, and goal of San Pedro
Ang
College.
alam ko
So
lang
anyway, I will
kanina
discuss more
tawag-tawag
of
si
this
Richie
one,
na
yung
tawag, mga seven.
definition of
Richie,
moral
pwede.
theology when we go to chapter 1 of my book. Then, philosophy of education of the Dominican
Pressure.
Sisters of the Trinity Schools. Although you encounter this
Yeah,
one already in other
pakuha na ko
subjects,
yung mami,
but
yung
it's
bed na
good
ko,
for
mami.
you
Di ka
to
siya isa ka portion
be
ng bed
reminded
ko.
of this
Daman kasi.
philosophy of education. Now, Gelio Verances, can you read this
Okay, wait.
one? Velio, absent na si Velio.
Yes po, sir.
Mm.
Philosophy of Education of Dominican Sisters of the Trinity
Hmm.
Schools. The school system of Dominican Sisters of the Trinity embraces a philosophy that acknowledges compassion, mercy, truth, fear of the Lord, love for service, strong sense of family, essential sets of knowledge, skills, and attitudes that would prepare learners to be responsible citizens. These values are held with utmost respect because they aid in responding to the mandates of the Church, faithful to the calling of the Dominican ideals. We endow our learners to be servant leaders with a zeal for truth and compassion for humanity.
Okay, thank you, Micaela. What about Virances, Helio? Can you read this one?
Ah, okay.
Jello po inse.
Oh yeah, Jello.
Okay po, sir. So for the philosophy of education of Dominican Sisters of the Trinity Schools, we offer holistic programs aligned, integral, and contextualized to the learner's needs and aspirations as we dialogue and journey with them while drawing out their potential, special skills, gifts, and talents, giving importance to the interrelatedness of the human dimensions physical, emotional, mental, social, sociocultural, political, and spiritual. We affirm the uniqueness of learners.
Okay, sandali ha. Okay, may nagpasok kasi tapos problema ko dito pag may magpasok, i-admit ko, mag-click ako ng admit, di na ako makamove ng aking slides. So I need to uh, close, stop sharing, and then reshares. Yeah. All right. Then what about this one? Hazel Yanto, can you, Rose Yanto, can you read this one?
As a Dominican learning community, we provide a nurturing environment beneficial in the total formation and transformation of learners. All learning is geared toward becoming productive, competent, service oriented, that is rooted in the love and compassion of God.
Isa man na.
It inspires the learners to respond to what the prophet
Niya si
Micah
Richie, oy.
said, to act justly,
Derek
love
yan.
tenderly, and walk humbly
Ay, si
with
Paul
God,
man na.
thus finding fullness and meaning in life.
Okay, so thank you.
Naman
Um,
niya. Yagoon.
all right, so again, as I said, you have encountered
Uy,
this
ate,
one, but it's good for you to be reminded of
ibaba,
this
ikaman
philosophy
be,
of
kaman
education.
ako,
No?
kasi dagan,
While
si dagan din
considering
naman,
na
dugo ka lang,
uh,
piyuhon.
well,
Lagi,
especially ngayon,
balik na ang
hapit na mo
bungkahan at may mga
mag-graduate.
marks
By
siya, may
next
mga
year,
benchmarks
mag-graduate na
na
kayo.
dugo ba.
So at least you should be reminded of this Dominican, our philosophy of education, which is different also from other
Di man ka siya pwede
schools.
magpasa,
No?
vlog ka
So
30,
remember
kung
that
sino
this
ko
is
yun.
run by the
Tapos
Dominican
inside
Sisters,
props,
which is a
ako
Catholic
pa,
school. So of course, naturally,
yung
they're
isda,
nothing.
daw,
A
wala
philosophy of
gusto na
education is
daw.
based on the of Catholic
Kaya, ilang sa,
Catholic teaching.
pero
No?
na, kapalit na na
That
sa
is why meron
wallet,
ditong
October,
um,
kung mag-vlog,
compassion, mercy, truth, fear of the Lord, love
karon
for
or
service,
7,
strong
kasi kung
sense of
nanong
family,
smoke lunch.
essential sets
Oh,
of
gani.
knowledge, skills, attitudes
Kato na, kasi,
that would
ayun,
prepare
di ba,
learners to be responsible citizens. No? And these values are held with utmost respect because they aid in responding to the mandates of the church. So faithful to the calling of the Dominican ideals. So yan, no? So meron tayong Dominican spirituality. And then also with regards to our programs, holistic ito, meaning to say integral and contextualized. So it's not only one, in other words, our program will not only focus on one aspect because it would include all aspects, no, like physical, emotional, mental, social or sociocultural, political, and spiritual. And then also, we have this
dapat,
nurturing
ano siya,
environment
dapat bago
beneficial
na
in the
ibaba,
total
ipalinis
formation
mo na
and
niya ang
transformation
table
of
niya
persons. So in
ginagamit,
other
ang
words, it's
table
not
daw.
only education, no, but
Wala
the
di ako kinig klase
formation of
kasi samok si
persons.
mother.
Then
Mamay na mga
we are
subjects
also
lahat.
inspired, no, by the preaching of um, Prophet Micah, no, to act justly, love tenderly, walk humbly. So that's finding meaning and well, fullness and meaning of life. So ganoon talaga, no? Uh, pag we can only find meaning and fullness of life kung we are in the Lord, di ba? So yun naman talaga ang sabi ni Jesus Christ, no? I am the way, the truth, and the life. So that is why yung iba, mga non-believers, um, non-believers of God, so dili sila makakuan, no? Dili sila makafind the meaning and the fullness of life. No? Yung ibang mga philosophers, they are still asking questions, no? What is the purpose of my life in this world? No? What's uh, what's the meaning of my life? So ganon, no? All right. So, with regard to the institutional outcomes, we have these outcomes, no, very important for you to remember also, because graduates of SPC uh, should be faithful to the calling of the Dominican ideals. No? So, and then also servant leaders. No? Kung mag-graduate na kayo, you would become also servant. Pero dili lang ordinary servant, no? But servant that would lead, no? And also leader that would serve. Okay, so kasali dito imbued with strong ethical and moral values. So tapos naman kayo ng inyong ethics na subject, no? Yung philosophy, I do not know who was your teacher. And aside from that ethics, meron pa kayong bioethics. So at least meron pa kayo ngayong moral theology. Okay? So whatever understanding, whatever learnings that you have from ethics na subject can be deepened here in this subject, moral theology. All right. And then, of course, wala namang contradiction, no, between the faith and nationalism. No? Um, uh, it's within the ambit of the teaching of Jesus Christ, love God and neighbor. So, walang contradiction dyan. Globally competitive, professionally and technically skillful. Well, pag globally, well, yeah, you know already, no? Kung competitive talaga ang SPC, tapos, of course, it cannot be denied that SPC is one of the top performing schools and that we also produced top notchers, no, sa mga board exams. And then engage in lifelong learning for personal and professional development in specific field of practice. What about the vision of SPC? This is something new, class, uh, because it was formulated mga 1 year or 2 years ago, no? 2 years ago. Um, okay, Tinajeros, can you read this one?
Vision: in 10 years, the SPC envisions to be a leading autonomous Dominican learning community, living and spreading the love of compassionate Jesus, the healer and teacher, offering internationally recognized programs that produce holistically developed graduates, serving the Filipinos and the world. Mission: to provide a nurturing environment beneficial in the total formation of persons.
Okay, so thank you. Um, this is something new, no? In 10 years, kasi when you entered SPC, hindi pa ito yung vision. It was an old one, no? So that in 10 years, SPC is envisioning to be a leading continuous autonomous rather autonomous learning Dominican learning community. Ano itong autonomous, class? No? So pag sinabing autonomous, dili na pareho sa autonomous na katong sa no, na Bangsamoro Autonomous Region for Muslim Mindanao. Or we also have in Luzon, Cordilleras Autonomous Regions. No, hindi ganon, no? Um, itong autonomous, this is a status granted by the chair to the higher education institutions. And then once okay, like Ateneo is autonomous yan, granted by the chair yan. Meron silang autonomous status, no? In certain programs. And then USEP is autonomous yan, no? Kay State University man na sila. Okay? So one of the privileges, isa sa mga privileges ng school having autonomous status is that the school will no longer apply for special order, no, to issue diploma and transcript of records. So isa lang yan sa mga privileges na magkaroon ng autonomous status ang school. So halimbawa, next year mag-graduate na kayo. So mag-request kayo for transcript of records and diploma. And then ang inyong request will be forwarded to CHED. In other words, the school cannot immediately grant your request. So, i-request pa na, i-apply pa na sa CHED para ang CHED will issue a special order with special order number confirming that you are graduates. Alright? So, ganun po yan. And there are other privileges pa kung autonomous ang school. Alright. Uh, itong okay, nurturing environment. We mentioned that already in the philosophy of education. What about the goals of San Pedro College? Um, Camille, Kimno, can you read this one, Camille?
Strengthen spirituality and values formation, aim for excellence in instruction, research, and community engagement, upgrade student support services programs, pursue sustainable local and international partnerships and linkages, put in place a vibrant and comprehensive quality assurance mechanism.
Okay, can you continue, please?
Sustain infrastructure development, advance technological and digital infrastructure, ensure operational excellence.
Okay, thank you. Um, So yan ang goals ng SPC, no? So first talaga dyan ang strengthening spirituality and values formation. Well, of course, Catholic school tayo. So dapat una yan. And then this one, we can also achieve, no? In our level, as a class, we can achieve this one, no? Kaya our subject is theology man. So we can achieve that. Then moral theology pag yun. So naging siya values formation. And then next is aim, no, for excellence instruction and research and community engagement. So there are three things here, no? Excellence in instruction. So ganoon naman talaga ang San Pedro College, no? It cannot be denied. No? Again, as I mentioned, na meron tayong mga top notch years and then the school naman is one of the top performing schools. Yo, may nag-in na naman, gi-admit ko, so I have to start sharing na naman and reshare. Alright, so, ayan. So, and in our level as a class, we can achieve this one, excellence in instruction. Kaya naman tayo quiz, exams, and other requirements, academic requirements. We can achieve this one. What about the research? So meron mang office ang school, no, about the research office, no, na kasi kailangan yan, no? Na meron talaga mga researches that the institution shall engage in researches. So pabutihin talaga ang mga researches. And then in our level as a class, we can achieve this one because I'll be giving you topics also for you to work out as you research, and that will be final requirement. Okay. Anyway, I will discuss more of that, no, later. And then so we can achieve that one. Pag sa third part dito, ang community engagement, we have CES naman, no? Office ng CES, no? Community Extension Service. Um, is part of our social responsibility. So in our part as a class, we can achieve this one. And we will just wait for the theology and philosophy division faculty, no, to decide what project we will undertake this first semester. Because last summer, what we have, the project that we had, was a Dala ni Cristo. It's a pathway constructed somewhere in Baganihan, no, for the benefit of our indigenous peoples, brothers and sisters. No? All right. And then upgrade student support services, programs. Well, at least upgrades yan, no? Dapat i-upgrade. Diba? Mga services, programs ng OSA, clinic, diba? Kumabayad nutrition, diba? Ano yung mga services? Say, magpila. Anyway, i-upgrade man siya. No? I-upgrade. Okay? Nag-ano kasi ng system. And then, what about local international partnerships and linkages? So we have this one, no? I do not know if you have experienced this one, no? Na magklase, joined by other class students and teachers abroad. Okay? Kaya lang, ang problema kay ang time. Lahi man itong time din sa ilaha, no? Morning sa ilaha, gabi, ipon sa tuan. Yun kadalasan. And then, about quality assurance mechanism, well, meron tayong office sa quality assurance headed by Dr. Delgra. And sustain infrastructure development. So at least i-sustain siya, no? Although, well, ongoing pa naman tayo ng kuha, no? Merong yun, problema, tribe building, yung ibang floors wala pang aircon. Pero gina-fix man. They try to fix pa naman. And then may mga repairs sa other buildings. At least gina-sustain pa. No? And then advanced technological and digital infrastructure. Although sometimes mahina yung ating internet, lisod makasulod sa portal, gano'n. Pero at least gina-work out pa siya kay bago ang system natin yun. Then ensure operational excellence. Sa core values, well, you know this already. Truth and wisdom, excellence in quality, family-spirited sense of caring, respect for the uniqueness of persons, social responsibility. And then, programs outcomes. Itong programs outcomes class, kasi I formulated this syllabus before the pandemic pa, no? And according to, we have a training, we have seminar during that time. And then sabi kasi ng speaker, our programs outcomes is based on on that shed memo. So yan, shed memo yan, no? Sa general education subjects. In other words, I patterned that, no? Tapos, just lately, recent seminar namin, sabi na naman na ang programs outcomes, mautong programs outcomes, non-programs course program. Like nursing, so na course program, so mauto ang programs outcomes. So, nagawa na naman ako based on the CHED memo, yung PSG na policy standards and guidelines, no, for Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Pero unsaon na ni wala may init. Baho talaga. Nan, may init.
Anyway, itong course outcomes, ito yung course outcomes ng subject. Yung programs outcomes, yun ang sub-course sa program ng nursing. Ang course outcomes, ito daw yung ano yung outcomes ng subject like moral theology. Alright? So, yan. Um, okay, Humalon, can you read this one, Humalon?
May tao kang pangalan.
Course outcomes define human dignity, common good, and human solidarity in the context of Christian moral teachings. Comprehend at a higher level the contextual signs of the times in the light of Christian faith. Choose the moral guidelines that a
Yung
person
tambok
must
na lalaki.
follow to attain his or her final goal in the light
Baita.
of faith and of reason. Lastly, personally interpret the human experience.
Okay, please continue with the next
Yung
slide.
skinny masyado, payat
Cannot
masyado.
bear where my click ako.
Yan, si Jay
I
yan.
cannot, I
Pinakapayat.
do not know how to. Bakit, pag mag-click ako, I cannot move my kuhan. So that I stop sharing and then reshare. Okay, please continue reading this one, this slide.
Number five, apply the basic and integrated knowledge of scriptural revelation and religious doctrine considered in the light of problems and issues of the times in a manner adapted to the local culture and to the world. Six, act in recognition of professional, social, and ethical responsibility with spiritual and moral guidance by assuming responsibility in the religious realm and towards the created world which human behavior views in different spheres and situations of human life.
Okay, so thank you. Um, ito na naman. Sandali ha. Asan ako? Nawa na lang. Okay, so anyway, I will discuss more of this, no? Okay, itong human dignity, common good. We can discuss more of this as we go on, no? Sa mga chapters natin. Then, mga specific lessons. Signs of the times. Okay, so you just did that one. Uh, and then, so what are the things, what are the topics that you should learn? Under this subject, moral theology. Actually, class, gidivide ko na ito, no? Gidivide ko na ito, prelim, midterm, and finals. So, this is actually the, based on my syllabus, no? What I'm presenting to you is my syllabus, to the syllabus outlines. Itong outline lang i-present ko kay mas brief siya compared to the syllabus itself, no? Okay? Um, all right. So what are the things? So ito yung coverage ng prelim exam. So chapter 1, meaning and nature of moral theology. It is in this topic, in this chapter that you're going to learn to distinguish moral theology from moral philosophy. Okay? Yung ethics ninyo, I do not know who was your teacher, yun ang moral philosophy. Tapos tayo, itong subject natin is moral theology. Okay. Um, and then you're going to learn the relation between moral theology and Christian spirituality, moral theology and behavioral sciences. What's ang mga behavioral sciences? Mo na ang psychology, no? So, in the previous semesters, di ba, meron kayong subject na understanding the self, di ba? TS.
Huwag mo sabihin na kain ko ha.
Ayan. And then,
Huwag mo sabihin na kain ako.
ano itong fourth
Hello?
sector methodology? Ang fourth
Hello?
sector class, ito yung Holy Scripture, Sacred Tradition, Magisterium, and the Signs of the Times. We will discuss that as we go on. And then,
Nagpakabalik siya doon kung nakampo.
and then, responsive character of Christian morality, ito yung uh, responsibility, no? Yung accountability that every whatever we do, we are accountable to that. We are always accountable, no? We're accountable to ourselves, accountable to others, accountable to nature, accountable to God. No? Yan ang responsive character. Then ultimate purpose of the moral demand, the ultimate purpose of the moral demand, there are different views. No, why do we do good things? So, yung mga topics doon sa ethics na subject, di ba? Meron doon na ethics of um, utilitarianism, di ba? Consequentialism, um, yan. So marami pa no sa ethics na subject. Alright? So here you can deepen your understanding doon sa mga ethical principles. And then next is models of Christian moral life. Doon pa rin sa ethics na subject, di ba? Meron, if you can remember, merong deontological ethics, di ba? Deontological ethics and teleological ethics. So we can discuss more of that no, as we go on. Pagka chapter 2, natural law. So of course, you may say, Sir, naka-encounter na kami ng natural law. Tapos na kami niya doon sa ethics na subject, natural law ethics. Yes, that's correct. But it's different, no? Kasi philosophical point of view yon. Kasi sa philosophy, ang natural law, mo ng laws knowable by human reason. So in other words, based on human reason. Pero pagdating ng theology, it's not only human reason, but it is a law written by God in our hearts, put by God in our minds. Kaya nga, merong biblical foundation. Okay, so we can discuss more of that. Ano itong situation ethics? Well, sa ethics na subject, merong situation ethics kasi ito yung mga ethics of it depends. No? Yeah, ethics of it depends. Alright. Pagka chapter 3, Christian moral conscience. Okay, Christian moral conscience. This is very important for you to learn class, no? Kay especially nowadays that a lot of our brothers and sisters, no, young and adult people alike, lack the formation of conscience. Diba? So some of them are professionals, no, lawyers, doctors, scientists, but they lack formation of conscience. Diba? If you would look at the Congress of the Philippines, diba? Yung Senate and the House of Representatives, yung mga suot nila naka-formal attire pa, no? But when they talk, naman na mura nag-away-away na, uyahay lang sila o kanang gabayay o baho.
Nasuot na may anak.
Okay?
Ipa, pag-out naman siya nasuot si mami, kahit pa kayo. Amok na. Ipa? Alam, daw mo, nakait pa man. Si Sam ni mami daw, ang ulo daw kasi ate, bako na to. Bako na to eh. Suba. Suba ko. Ipa ni dada sa lawoy ba? Ay, sa katawan ni
Then,
Pito,
so that is why there is a need.
katawan.
Well, that is why very important for you to learn this subject, no? Especially in your formative years, no?
Ano?
You may say, sir, 21 years old naman kami, 22 years old, mature na kami. Yes, but you are still student. So are you, in other words, nasa ano pa, mga critical period pa yan, no? Nag-explore, tapos mga first-timers, gano'n. So, in other words, kailangan ninyo ang formation of conscience. Pagka chapter 4, moral discernment. Very important din ito sa inyo. You need to discern, no? Again, as I said, you are in the formative years, so time would come, sometimes you can encounter moral problems that you need to make moral decision. Well, before doing that, you have to discern. You have to discern the will of the Spirit, no, the will of God's Spirit. Bakit maraming kuan there are some people who committed suicide, no? Kaya na depression, gano'n. But well, they fail to discern, no? Discern the will of God. Kaya nga, very important ito sa inyo class, no? And then, yun ang coverage ng prelim exam, ha? Chapter 1, Meaning and Nature of Moral Theology. Chapter 2, Natural Law. Chapter 3, Moral Conscience. Chapter 4, Moral Discernment. Pagka chapter 5, ito na yung coverage ng midterm exam. Chapter 5 is about the moral reality of sin. Again, this is also a very important topic for you to learn because, especially nowadays, na a lot of people lost the sense of sin. Parang they don't care, no? For as long as they are happy. Diba? They lost the sense of sin. Diba yun, nag-viral ngayon sa Sipura, Ulitka, Vega, diba? So, lost of the sense of sin. Basta makapag-perform lang. For the sake of art daw siya. No, gi-remix ang ama namin. Tapos meron pang performance. So, loss of the sense of sin, no? Insensitive to the religious feelings.
Dili daw nila madaot kasi walay 12. Gisabihan man niya si mami ko.
Alright.
Ay, wala sila
Here,
dosi. Dili kay
you
wati
will
ko
learn
battery.
here about the
So, yun ang
classifications
posibilidad
of
na
sin,
magkarga
no?
ang battery daw kasi
About
di daw
yung mortal
sparking
sin,
daw.
venial sin, personal sin,
Nagtatanawan daw na
social
yung
sin,
kabubong kuya
structural
Eric
sin. The 7 capital sins. Pagka chapter 6, Christian virtues. You may say, sir, tapos na kami ng virtues, virtue ethics. Yes, but that virtue ethics is different compared to the Christian ethics
sige,
of
nasa
Christian
ng
virtues.
kuya.
There are 4 cardinal virtues that you should learn. The prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude. And there are 3 theological virtues that you should learn. Faith, hope, and love.
Ulo?
Alright? Pagka chapter 7, the Great Commandment. So, with reference to the 10 Commandments and the commandment of Jesus Christ, you may say, sir, tapos na kami ng 10 Commandments doon sa Theology 100.
Yun sa din, nasa
Yes,
kumasaw di ay.
but The objective there of that topic in
Wala,
the
wala yung nagagamit,
Theology
ana.
100 is different.
Kay Dugay
Ang
naman na
objective doon
nadaot.
is for the students, for you
Listen to
to
this katangga sa
understand
battery,
how
ana, be.
God
Pausa na
reveals
sila, be. Listen
Himself
katangga sa
in the
battery
history
nila.
and culture of
Yan,
man.
siya yan. Si
And
Rustin.
one way of revealing God Himself to man
Sila
is by
yan, Chok.
giving
Si
the
yan
Ten
yun.
Commandments to
Ano,
Moses at Mount
Kuya,
Sinai.
ano, Eric, si
So yun lang
yan
yun.
lagi. Si yan
Our
lagi na ako
objective
dito
here
that
is for
evening.
you to
Si yan yun.
understand
Si yan
the
si
moral meaning
Rustin.
of each
Hindi
commandment.
lagi sa portrait,
Because
lagi
sometimes you
kaya
do
lang,
not
isa natangga
notice
sa battery,
that
wala.
what you
Ay,
do
wala.
is
Kaya
already
bungo
a
lang, may kako
violation
kaya
of
munggo.
any of the commandment. Okay? So,
Bebe, ako
yung
tawagan si
ginawa ni
Richie, be.
Cora Luca, Vega, giremix ang
Eh, napabutan na
ama
formal
namin, di
din na.
ba? So,
Ang trabaho niya.
religious people said that it's a violation of the second commandment. It's blasphemy,
Ah,
di
si
ba?
Rita.
Second commandment says, you shall not take the name of the Lord your
Si.
God in vain. Di ba? Kadami-dami ng mga pwede niya i-remix. Di ba? Di ba? Pwede man niya i-remix ang kanta nga dahil sa'yo, di ba? Karaan na kanta na sa una pa ng panahon. Tapos tawag niya, gikanta ni Daryl Ong. Di ba? Dahil sa'yo. Maganda pagkakanta. Di ba? Pwede na i-remix. Depende sa iya. Alright? So, pagka chapter 8, the Sermon on the Mount, ito yung Beatitude. Beatitude of Jesus Christ. Katubang, blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God.
Teo.
Yun, ang
Siya
Beatitude.
mayor. Kubaya ka.
You may say, sir, tapos na kami dyan.
Di ba nag-Teo daw?
Noong
Eh,
Theology
Pio, may
200,
Teo Jud.
Christology.
May Teo 400. Naman dyan na
Yes,
palagi.
but the
Di ba para sa atin na
objective
one
there
time
is
na
different.
naiipit
Ang
yung
objective
theology.
doon is for the students, for you to understand Jesus Christ life
Wapo sa inyo, yung human,
and
tanan 11 yung
works.
first year ninyo.
Kasi
Yung
yung
injection daw
public
kaya
ministry of
kadugay na
Jesus
ato yung
Christ,
inject kaya niya.
part of his
Parang
public
sinubag.
ministry is
Ikaw.
to preach the good news. And then nagbigay siya ng
Ako dito.
beatitude sa
Galing na
Mount
video tamba kay Trabante ni. Ah,
Mount Tabor yata yun.
yan. Dili.
So, ayan. And our objective here in discussing that beatitude is for you to understand the moral meaning of each beatitude. Alright? Pagka chapter 9, it's a moral dimension of social realities. Here, the tawag dito, ang social realities that I will present here, there are three realities. Ito yung politics, economy, and culture. Yan. Kaya realidad, yun na sila, no? The reality of politics, the reality of economy, the reality of culture. Ayan. So of course, our subject will not deal with the politics itself, or the political affairs of the state, but will deal with the moral dimension of politics. Diba? Yung moral dimension lang. Kaysa politics, na may immorality, no? Yung graft corruption, diba? Killing of political leaders, political candidates, no? Vote snatching, no? Especially ngayon, malapit na namang election sa barangay, di ba? So matingala ko, gano'n nabutan, hindi siya musmahin naman sa kuha. Mudagan na SK, mudagan kagawad, mudagan o kuan, kapitan, so kana. So that's chapter 9. Ito yung coverage ng midterm exam. Alright? So chapter 5 about sin, chapter 6 about virtues, chapter 7 the great commandment, chapter 8 Sermon on the Mount or Beatitude, chapter 9 moral dimension of social realities. Questions so far? Any question? Any question, class? All right. Okay, so yan ang coverage na midterm exam. Pagka final period, so chapter 10 in my book, Church Teachings on Specific Moral Issues. Actually, there are two parts of moral theology, the general moral theology and the specific or special moral theology. Pareho po na siya sa ethics na subject ninyo dati, di ba? Naa siya two parts of ethics, the general ethics and the applied or specific ethics. Ganon din dito sa moral theology. The moral theology and the specific or special moral theology. Ang general moral theology, mautong topics that I mentioned for the prelim and the midterm exams. Ang specific or special theology, mo na ning sa pang-finals. So chapter 10 in my book, so mga moral issues. So like, sa classified dito class, ha, na offenses against human life. Ano itong offenses against human life? Morning, abortion, euthanasia, murder, so on and so forth. Tapos offenses against the chastity. Ito yung homosexuality, masturbation, di ba? Pornography, so on and so forth. And then offenses against the dignity of marriage. Mga nitong divorce, adultery, so on and so forth. And then we have church teaching on the regulation of birth. Ito yung contraception according to Humanity. Pagkat uh, itong other offenses like gambling, alcoholism, diba? Incest. So yan. Yan ang mga topics that I will give to you for your research. And then the course requirements, of course, class participation. So meron tayong class attendance or virtual class online. I-omit nyo na lang yan face-to-face. Kaya ginawa ko ito last second semester of school year 2022-2023 na hybrid, no? Merong on-site, merong online, 50-50. Ngayon, purely online na tayo. Okay, yun man ang ng administration na management. Ang mga general education subjects including theology online.
Tawagin na siya niya. Niya ka
Kung ako
busy
lang
po
gusto ko
niya, Jay.
sanang face to face. And then, mga quizzes, paper quizzes, oral recitation, ayan, and other requirements. And then, ang grading criteria, well, you know this already, na? Sa prelim grade, class participation, which includes quizzes, papers and other requirements, the examination, so 50-50. Pagka midterm, class participation, which includes quizzes, papers and other requirements, plus exam, plus prelim grade, divided by 3. Kaya nga one-third, one-third, one-third. Pagka final period, final grade, class participation, exam, uh, um, yeah, and the midterm grade. Oh, by the way, class, so nakalagay dito, periodical exams, examinations, prelim and midterm lang, no? Walang final exams. Kaya ang final exam will be your research. Yan na ang inyong final exam. Okay? Which is beneficial to you, no? Kaya high rater man po ko basta research. I will not give less than 90. Di ba? Of course, pagbutihin din ninyo ang trabaho ninyo sa research. So malaki yan, 90. Talaga makahila sa mga grades, mga
Yan yan
scores, na
natawag
mga
issue.
maliliit na scores. Kasi kung mag-exam, uh, merong exam na some exams, merong mga difficult questions. No? O kung bumutana mo sa mga na-under sa ako before, pwede naman. Ba? Maybe some of them ay very strict yan si Sir. Terror. Pumunta na pila ilang mga grado sa grade. Mga dagko yata sila grado sa grade. Because of the research. And also of the will be graded, will be computed yan. Kasali yan sa grading pagdating sa finals. So talagang mahila yung mga grades sa prelim and midterm. Diba? So, ayan. Minsan, strict siya. Hindi naman masyado. Kung klase tayo. Tapos, kung in other words, I'm just doing my part. No? If you have some problems, so just approach me. Ganun naman. No? All right. Question? Any question, class? Clarification? Or you have something to share?
None so far, sir.
Okay, so let me proceed now to eto. Do you see this class in your screen? Research writing. All right. So again, as I mentioned, that you have research. So ito yung research ninyo. This is our standard format, no, as far as our subject is concerned. Although you have your background already, kaya nakahimo na mong research as required also by other subjects, other professors. But tayo, theology tayo. So this is our format. Of course, research writing.
Busy mo kayo ng cellphone.
Okay, this research activity is a final exam requirement. So let's get it clear. Huh? And then each group composed of 3 members or 2 members, as the case may be, is given one topic or moral issue. Actually, tag 2 members lang yan, no? Partner. Kaya lang, because of the limitation of time that we have, ginawa kong 3. Pero pag 2, yun na siya kung kulang. Yeah, last night, may nag-PM sa akin, wala pa rin siyang SRF. So siguro kung naka-assign ako na tapos tatlo-tatlo na
Ay,
yon,
dili wala tay
pwede
kanina
yung
atong pag-abi kay na
puna
pagdalo.
ng isa para
Si
magdalawa-dalawa na.
wala si Richie dito
Two
pagkadto niya.
Wala
members.
na.
No? So,
Nag-uri siya that
i-recheck ko
time
lang
eh.
mamaya.
Kato pero karon
And
karon
then,
daw ni andar na duha.
submission and presentation will be on or before November 3,
Ano na sad?
2023.
Unsa na sad na
Uh,
ninyo?
November 3 kasi at October 23 to 28,
Wala
ano
na
yan,
yung ginapat na
midterm
adlaw.
exam. And then after that,
Ngan unsa kadugay ninyo ginapatay?
mental health break. And yeah, after that, um,
Tanawa bi naway gasolin,
All
naway
Saints
kado,
Day and All Souls
naway
Day.
kudo.
So the following
Wala ka
day,
wala.
yan ang ting klase, no? Klase na yan. So late submission
Ipa-check
will
na kay
incur
Kuya,
a 5
ipa-check na
points
kay Kuya Erika.
deduction.
Ipa-check ng duha ka bonggo ha.
And then the research manuscript must be submitted in a Word document file. However, the oral defense must be presented with a PPT file. So during the oral presentation defense,
Taga
the group must
Kuya Jen ba,
create
taga
their
mag-video
own
like this
Google or
appeal just
Zoom
na
link
mag-yapit ni
and
kanang no.
invite the class
Hindi niya
GC.
pilihang ng
If it
Monday
falls
ba,
on a
hindi na siya
or
mapilo-pilo.
falls on an online
Hindi pa yung
schedule,
kami ang nag-check man all the
wala
time
na
sa
itong kanya
server.
kay online talaga tayo.
Hmm?
And then
Ato,
everyone must
ipapalintan ganina,
attend. So
wala na
kailangan
siya
pa rin yung
makapilo-pinta.
attendance. Tapos, um,
Ah, gato,
the researchers must follow the
gato
following
ang
format.
tawag kani
Of
wala ko sa
course, the
consent, right? Ano wala may consent
title.
karon?
Ang title, dapat you have to formulate a good title, ha? And dapat theologically inclined. Theologically inclined. No? Kaya baka naman, pag create mo ng title, muna siya og sociological, muna siya pang medical, muna siya pang legal. So dapat theological siya. No?
Mag-isip ako ni ano ron ha.
Although you can integrate your knowledge sa medical, sociological, philosophical, legal, but the direction of your paper should be theological. All right? Of course, again, as I said, you have to formulate a good title. No? Ayaw na kung imong topic is about abortion, do not just put there abortion. You have to formulate a good title. Halimbawa, yung aking topic, aking studies about the Blessed Virgin Mary, no? Oh. So dili na ako ibutang diya nga Holy Mother Mary. So I would siguro gawin ko Mother Mary, the perfect disciple of Jesus. So ganun. Mother Mary, colon, the perfect disciple of Jesus. So with that, in the title alone, I already have something to emphasize. No, I already have something to share or to tell. Alright. So, next is statement of the sa chapter 1 introduction. Of course, you have to kuan muna ha, bigyan ng formulate a preliminary statement before presenting the background of the study. So, background of the study, mo nitong mga exigencies of the times, dapat may state yan, no? Exigencies of the times, yung ano ba yung felt need, ano ba yung meron bang emergence, desire, and or inspiration. Why is there a need to make this study? And then you have to state why is there a need to make this study. Then, pagka statement of the problem, next statement of the problem, ito yung issue carefully formulated arising from a theological context. Dapat theological talaga sa class, ha? Huwag yung sociological, medical lang purely. So, dapat theological. Okay? Theology man tayo. And then, uh, um, you state be sure to identify the main problem, and then followed by sub-problems in the form of questions. Halimbawa, yung ating topic is about Mother Mary, no? The perfect disciple of Jesus. So, pwede ako mag-formulate, sabihin ko yata na the New Testament presents Mary as the mother of Jesus, who appointed 12 apostles and 72 disciples. None of these 12 apostles and 72 disciples mentions about the name of Mary. Therefore, this study would determine whether or not Mary is a disciple of Jesus. O, di ba? So, nalakoy main problem. Main problem ko na yun. Alright? And then, some problems. Paano yun? So, sabihin ko na
na-print ka na
this
ng bago?
study further answers the following questions. One, is Mary a disciple of
Bago
Jesus?
na,
Sub-problem ko na yun. Number one. Two,
Yung ito yung sabi
if
na
Mary
huwag
is
mo
a
na
disciple of
ito,
Jesus,
huwag mo na
is
ito
her
itapon to
discipleship perfect?
i-notarize
Two na
ito.
yun.
Hindi man to.
Three,
Hindi talaga ito
is
itapon.
motherhood equivalent
Magani.
to
Ito ba, na-print ka ng bago nito? Kaya mali ang napanotarize namin.
discipleship?
Okay, dahil na
Two
okay
na
na
yun,
print.
di ba?
Hindi kay paano to dito
So,
kay magpabayad din
you
sa ulit. Tingnan
formulate
lang na siya dito na
5
mali. Mura gyapon ni na docket number.
sub-problems. No? So, one main problem, 5 sub-problems. Alright, so I hope that's clear.
Ito? Yeah.
And then, objective of the study. Okay, so dapat connected din yan siya sa statement of the problem. And then, assumption of the study. Ano itong assumption of the study? Ito yung iyong assertion based on your intuitive or intuition, no? Experiences and observations, which is scientifically not proven. Okay? Kaya iba-iba man ang inyong experiences. So magawa kayo ng reflection. Okay, significance of the study. Ito yung importance ng study ninyo.
The 8 year is the age
And then,
Ginada po ang provide activity and medical for this. So we have printed to up certification
ano yung mga sectors na benefited by your study. And then, pagka chapter 2, you discuss your study according to historical background, ba? Merong different periods, ancient times, early Christian, modern times. So, ayaw pataka o ka ng copy-paste, na? Kaya basi dili siya historical. Basi opinions yan. And then, pagka chapter 3, scriptural foundation. Here, you discuss your study according to the scripture, according to the Bible. First is according to the Old Testament. Second, according to the New Testament.
My physician fee ba yung
Ayaw ibali.
Wala, hindi ko alam check mo.
Okay, remember that the Old Testament is a
Check
is a
na lang.
prophecy of the New Testament. The New Testament is the fulfillment of the prophecy of the Old Testament.
Tanungin ka na, when was your last period? Family history,
And then,
physical examination, kumusta yung
um,
cardiorespiratory, your breast, abdomen, sukato man ni
of
Lulu.
course, ang
Check mo dun sa
you have to
ano, yung
organize.
papeles mo.
Okay. Sandali ha, kay Dapoy na pick.
Wala, gi kabalo ko sige order na ko yung parang sa labs lang yan bay. Kulang
Dapoy na
yun.
pick.
I-check ko yan dyan.
Alright. So,
Gracie,
Old
diyan kasi ako
Testament, New
naglagay si
Testament.
Grace.
Tapos,
Nandyan
chapter
nga, hanapin
4
mo
is
nga,
about the
i-block, tingnan
teachings
mo nga kung
of
anong
the
naka-print
church.
out sa lina.
Sa teachings of the church, in other words, you have to specify here, you have to specify the documents of the church, no? In other words, use these documents of the church to explain your
So, pili ko
study.
kasi ako,
Ano yung
sana
mga
ako
documents of
na-receive
the
nga.
church? Like Second Vatican Council, di ba
Hindi
remember?
mo i-double check.
Remember, sa inyong Theology
Kabalo ko lang
300
dyan.
that was presented to
Yun,
you by
na,
your
nagita
teacher,
ka, since
in
og yung
Oh,
Theology
GSP
si,
niya.
300,
ano be,
yung mga
Port
documents
Richie
of the
be?
church ng Second Vatican Council. Remember, there are
Richie,
16
busy yung cellphone.
documents.
Wala ang kanya
Na
for the
mga
position. If
encyclical
leader na ko sa
letters,
TA.
Hmm.
apostolic
Secretary.
exhortations, mga mga documents
Fluid
were
quenching, ano busy
issued
mo phone?
by the Pope. Canon law, sa Pilipinas, we have Catechism for Filipino
Ah, sige nga to
Catholics.
akong pangutana
We
ba?
have
Ah, kung sino
Catechism,
kalangan one
no,
box
we
na
have
lansang unsa? Number 3,
Catholic
number 4, si
Conference,
number
no,
3.
Catholic Bishops
Ah, sige,
Conference of the
okay, okay.
Philippines. So, yun. Alright? Of course, if you have teachings also in your, kasi kung dili ka Katoliko, tapos meron kayong teaching, you can integrate that here, no? But be sure to provide the documents of the church, the Catholic. Kung Islam ka na may Quran, you can integrate that here in the scriptural foundation. You can include that here. But of course, be sure to
Sana unta ko ba?
provide
How much
scriptural
ato ang
foundation yung sa
CWN na
Old
ano
Testament and the New
na
Testament.
number 3 sa
Alright?
kabox?
Next is conclusion. Ang conclusion, so dapat
THEO.
group conclusion. Ano, yung sinasabutan sa grupo. So, naay at least one page. At
Ano,
least one
sorry, na
page
hold
lang.
di ay.
Dili mo
CWN
baba
number
og
10
one
na isa ka
page.
box pila.
Minus yan.
Pila last ana.
And then,
Di na kaya 1 2. Di na kaya
and then
1 2.
aside from the group conclusion, napay individual personal reflection. Kasi iba-iba man ang inyong
Di
experiences
na
sa
kaya siya
buhay.
1 2 sa rato.
So, um,
Isa lang, isa
kung
lang.
merong 3 members, so
Di ba si
tatlong
masobraan ba?
personal reflection. So, magiging apat lahat, no? Group
Sige, sige.
conclusion
Okay.
and then personal reflection. And then, pagka-chapter 6, bibliography o references na na, much better kung inyong mga references, published books, no? Actually, ang kailan mga online references, iba discouraged, no? Kaya mangyari, ang estudyante mag-copy and paste lang, so they do not read the source. Okay? Alright, so sa grading criteria, so content 25%, organization 25%, oral, defense, or presentation 25%, total 100%. Question? Question class?
None po, sir.
Okay, so I hope you understand my presentation. No? What I am presenting this morning is yung course outline of the syllabus of the subject moral theology, mga requirements, and then the research format, research writing. I hope you understand. I hope it's clear to you. But of course, you can, mayroon pa tayong GC, so you can PM also for your concern. So kung wala ng question, Please open your camera for a screenshot because I need to give my class report to my dean. O, yung iba, di na nag-open, siguro absent na yun. Alright, so in 5 seconds, give your beautiful smiles and handsome faces. Five, four, three, two, one. Smile.
Ay, tang ina.
Okay, so that's all for the day class. So thank you so much. Good noon and God bless you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome,
Thank you, sir.
welcome. Bye bye now.